Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Geographic, 41.5 millimeters in stainless steel. You can see and you can purchase this Master Compressor Geographic on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now you can see on my wrist, 16 centimeters in circumference, 6 1/3 inches. I've reviewed this model before, but what I haven't shown you is this model on the rare JLC integrated 5-link sports bracelet. The stainless steel integrated sports watch bracelet makes this JLC Neo sports watch reference a full-fledged sporting model. Unlike the strap-clad variants of the watch, this one is ready to do battle, surf or turf, wet or dry, with no need to resort to a strap tool or a textile or rubber strap in lieu of leather. This has the integrated look of something like a Rolex, a Breitling, or an Omega sports watch, and the functionality. What it has as well is the full-figured modern sports watch look without the oversized baggage. At 50 millimeters lug to lug, it's definitely got a modern stance, but being that it is just pushing 42 millimeters in diameter, it's not overbearing in its wrist presence. Now, the integration of a bracelet, especially with a conforming endpiece, sometimes makes it difficult to wear a watch on a smaller wrist. I'm happy to say that when you look at this watch in profile, let's take it off and take a quick glance, there is absolutely no difficulty in pulling this superb JLC bracelet straight down to conform to a smaller wrist. Now, 14 millimeters thick. This is not an ultra-thin watch, but what it does have is a cupped caseback that actually nestles into your skin and pairs with a nice sloping bezel that allows a cuff or a sleeve to ride up easily over its flanks. So although big, it's not overbearing, and it's easily paired with formal attire or long sleeves. Now, I mentioned 50 millimeters lug to lug. These are massive, visually massive lugs, but they are powerfully downward canted with a thrusting action that starts to carry the bracelet around your wrist even before the lug ends. What I really love about this bracelet is the beautiful finish. You can see it to good effect here. Polished on the shoulders, brushed down the center, you get contrast using only one metal without having to resort to visual tricks, two-tone metal combinations, or anything that would spoil the purity of a traditional steel sports watch. But you will notice the gorgeous finishing. Each flank chamfered, each edge individually finished to remove the sting of raw machined metal. A lot of love went into creating this bracelet, and so did a lot of brains, because the double deployant quadruple trigger system allows you to essentially close the watch, know it's secure because you need to press all 4 individual pushers to open it. Now, it opens with a nice crisp action just as it closes, and reveals beautifully finished swing arms with interior chamfers, full polish. Nothing is left as metal in the raw, but there's more to it than that, because with a double deployant, it's easier to fit to a smaller wrist. You don't have that one huge up and over that you get on a single deployant, and the flexibility and the clever design continues with twin 2.5 millimeter extensions, one built into each side of the bracelet. It allows you to extend the watch in increments as per your activity level or the weather, hot or cold, without having to resort to jeweler's tools, and when closed, cuts a much lower profile than something like a big blocky Rolex Oyster Clasp, nicely integrated into the flow and the sweep of the bracelet itself. Now you can see the classic Master Geographic dial, great depth, beautiful finish, abundantly loomed. This one glows like a torch at night, and you'll be glad it does, because there's a lot to read here. You've got 2 time zones, an AM/PM indicator, a radial date, and JLC's unique proprietary geographic function. It splits the difference between something like a dual time and a world time watch, giving you a second time zone as well as instant resort to all 24 of the world's principal time zones. You can see I have the second time zone dial synced to the local time zone dial, but by changing the reference city, you can see that second time zone changes to show you what time it is in any of these reference city time zones. So without having to do the mental math of a true GMT watch with the offset bezel, or having to chase the busy indications around the periphery of a true world timer, you can easily set whichever reference city you want to investigate at the index at 6 o'clock, and it'll give you a readout on that second time zone dial including AM/PM distinction. Now what you can also do is you can set that second time zone separately. I'm going to unhack the movement and show how, if you please, there is a separate setting position for this crown, so you can actually toggle the second time zone without changing the local time at center to customize that second time zone. Moreover, the watch features a JLC in-house caliber 923, an evolution of the original 1989 Geographic automatic caliber with a 43-hour power reserve, 281 parts, really 31 jewels, manufacturer provenance, ultra-thin profile internally, everything right down to historic rolls in watches from Vacheron, Constantin, and Audemars Piguet. This is as good as high horology gets, and very few ultra-high-end watches of that ilk can actually get down and dirty. With 100-meter, 330-foot water resistance, this is your full-time companion on your wrist. Beautifully built, increasingly regarded as an historic family of watches by JLC collectors, the 2000s Master Compressors are watches that give you 330-foot water resistance with a half turn of the clever, color-coded compressor crowns. White you're tight, red you're dead. It's that easy. Easy to use when your hands are sweaty. Easy to use when your hands are gloved or wet. So much more user-friendly than a screw-down crown in the style of something like a Rolex. They don't actually wear on the seals as you pull the crowns in and out. They're toroidal or donut-shaped. They're merely compressed or decompressed by turning the crown. They also act as swell crown guards that protect the crowns themselves and give these watches a distinctive profile unlike anything else out there. And originality in this industry is always, to be honest, a luxury and possibly the ultimate one. So in an industry where it's all been done before, JLC gives you an aesthetic and a complication that almost no one else does. This is the unique, this is the beautiful, this is the fully bracelet-clad stainless steel Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Geographic, available on watchyouwant.com.